Hi everyone, it's Nicole and today I'm bringing you a TBR video. So today is October 31st, it's Halloween. That means tomorrow starts the Game of Tomes origin story. It is a Game of Thrones themed readathon that Ray over at Bookmark Chronicles is hosting, along with a couple of other people. Their social media links will be in the description box below for you. And so since it's Halloween and since I happen to have a Daenerys Targaryen costume, I decided to play dress up for this TBR video. Don't make fun of my wig or anything, because this is what Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen would look like if she was from Wish, okay? I'm trying my best. So this is kind of like a create your own adventure readathon, which is super cool. So this is like the mini quest. It takes place from November 1st to November 14th, with the main quest happening in March of 2022. There is also a website, a Game of Tomes origin story website, where you kind of read the little story, the prompt that starts us off on our adventure. So the first prompt that we all have to do is the Crossroads Inn, and that is to read an anticipated book. And you get a letter from there, and you hear some things in the Crossroads Inn as well. So from there you choose if you want to continue on to King's Landing, if you want to go and find the Targaryens. So there's a lot of different options. So you pick one and then it kind of takes you to a different page, and then it has like a different set of challenges. So I'm not sure which path I want to take. You would think I would want to go to find the Targaryens, but I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like I could also do like all of the quests if I want to. So on Storygraph, I have Storygraph up over here. I just put a book in for all of the prompts, just in case, you know, I wanted to complete all of the prompts, or I'm kind of worried that if I choose one path, halfway through the month I want to choose a different path. So I just made a TBR for all of the prompts. Okay, so like I said, we start at the Crossroads Inn, and that is to read an anticipated book. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Kentucky Crime Ring by Julianne Lindsey. I love Julianne Lindsey. She's one of my favorite authors. We are reading this for my book club as well, who picked this book club that we meet every other Wednesday. So we are having a live stream about this book. It is one of my more anticipated reads of this year. I really anticipate every Julianne Lindsey book. The next prompt is King's Landing. So this is if you have, you know, followed the letter's instructions and gone to King's Landing. That is to read a 5-star prediction. And for that one, I chose Enthralled by Tiffany Roberts. This is the second book in the Ensnared series. I don't know if that's what the series is called, but the first one is Ensnared. I read that earlier in the year and I really loved it. So I just can't wait to read the second and third one. So yeah, just like the first one, I feel like this is going to be a 5-star read for me. The next prompt is the Iron Throne. The next prompt is the Iron Throne, and this is to read a book about royalty or featuring royalty. And for that one, I'm reading Scar's Redemption by Kiru Taye. I think that's how you say this author's name. I read like the prequel book to this series, Black Warriors, during Black Readathon, and I really loved it. And it also ends on kind of a cliffhanger, so I'm definitely wanting to know like more about this story and also the couple that we meet in book or the prequel. So I'm really excited to be reading this one. So the next couple of prompts is as if you did not go to King's Landing if you wanted to find the Targaryens, I believe. For that one, you're going to need to cross the narrow sea. And for that prompt, it's to read a book set on or near a body of water. Could be ocean, lake, just as long as there's water. And for that one, I want to read Bridget's Bane by Ruby Dixon. This is part of the Ice Home series. This is a spin-off to Ice Planet Barbarians. If you've read Ice Planet Barbarians, you know like their main group has split off into two different colonies or tribes or whatever you like to call them. So one stayed in like the caverns and everything that they had, and then one stayed on the beach, which is the Ice Home people. So this is kind of like just the next book that I have. I'm slowly making my way through this series. There's a bunch. And the next prompt on your Targaryen path is the Magister Illyrio's house. And that is to read a book featuring siblings. And for that one, I'm choosing Straight On Till Morning by K.J. Sutton. So this is like a Peter Pan retelling. I also just really enjoy this cover. Honestly, I haven't heard anybody talk about this book. I don't know what to expect other than it's a Peter Pan retelling, but I'm looking forward to it. The next prompt is a different path. I'm not sure who we're trying to find here, probably the Lannisters. The next prompt is River Run, read a book that isn't talked about often. And for that one, I'm reading Bound Souls by N.D. Jones. So I discovered N.D. Jones when I was looking for books to read for Black Readathon, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about N.D. Jones. And I read Crimson Hunter, and then I read of A Queen's Pride. So I read those two books for Black Readathon, and I really, really enjoyed them. So I do want to read more of N.D. Jones's work. And this is a different series. This is called the Forever Yours series. And again, this cover is just wonderful. Honestly, I had to buy a physical copy of Crimson Hunter just because it's just gorgeous. I had to have a copy in my library. But I feel like this author's covers are just gorgeous in general. Like any one you pick is just beautiful. Since we're going after the Lannisters, the next prompt is Casterly Rock. And that is to read a book with red on the cover. And for that one, I'm reading the spell book of Katrina von Tassel. This is like a Sleepy Hollow retelling, obviously, by Alyssa Palombo. I think that's how you say the name. But the font on this book is red. And the last path that you can take is going to Winterfell for the Starks. And the first prompt in that adventure is The Twins. Read a book with a 2-word title. And for that one, I'm reading Stay Hidden by Julie Ann Lindsey. This is the next book after Kentucky Crime Ring that I'm reading for the Crossroads Inn. Also doing a Who Picked This Book Club live stream for this book. And the final prompt is Winterfell. Read a book with wintry vibes. And for that one, I'm reading Her Mistletoe Minotaur by Erin St. Charles. This seems to be like a monster smut, just based on the title, Christmassy read. Since after today, November 1st, my brain just switches to Christmas. So I'm really excited to be reading Christmas books from now until the end of the year. So that's it. Those are all the prompts. I still don't know which path I'm going to be taking. Again, I feel like I want to take all of the paths. I feel like I want to be ambitious. If you're participating in the Game of Tones Origin Story Readathon, let me know which path you're taking, which books you're reading, or if you created a TBR, I would love to watch it or read it. Like I said, all of the hosts will be linked in the description box below for you, as well as the website that they created for this readathon. It's amazing. I love it. Don't forget to like my video if you did, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on all the social media platforms. The links will be in the description box below. We'll see you next time, avid readers.